KC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. While our weather gets better, folks along the east coast of Florida are going to be bracing for much worse weather, perhaps a devastating hurricane hit. We cannot underplay that, but we will watch things. Fortunately, though, Hurricane Dorian, not a threat to Louisiana, but we might have a little bit interesting weather developing in the Gulf of Mexico while Dorian gets closer to Florida. More on that in just a bit. Meanwhile, our rain chances going down. Partly sunny skies out there today. Most of us dry, but there have been a few showers and thunder showers popping up on the radar this afternoon, thanks to Justin Terro for getting this weather shot. So let's take a look at the radar and put things in motion during the 6 hours late this afternoon, and a quiet start to the day, and then showers popping up coastal parishes, some of them slipping off to the west-northwest, and we have a couple of spotty showers, but already beginning to diminish across Jeff Davis Parish. Then we get into Acadia Parish, and we see a few showers there, and then also Lafayette Parish as well, seeing a few showers, but I can't get this to move, so we'll just move on. Other isolated showers showing up around the Sherrington area, crossing the Atchafalaya River, so that could impact Baldwin or Sherrington shortly. But overall, much of the shower activity isolated in nature and will be dying down within the next hour or so. We begin to lose that daytime heating now sooner and sooner. Our sunsets just a month ago were 8:12, 8:14, 8:10. Now it's closer to 7:30, so we know we're getting closer to fall as we finish out August and head into September. And a Labor Day tradition, always tracking a hurricane or a tropical storm somewhere in the Atlantic Basin or the Gulf of Mexico. This time the Atlantic Basin as we continue to watch Hurricane Dorian. Dorian not getting much better organized so far late this afternoon, early this evening. 85-mile-per-hour winds, but the shear is going to be relaxed. The storm is going to get away from an upper-level low here and go over relatively warm waters, 85 degrees or better. So this is expected to become a major hurricane by this time tomorrow, and then make a westerly turn toward the Florida coast. Right now, landfall somewhere between Daytona Beach down through about, we'll say just north of West Palm, but this could change. The GFS model's up here by Jacksonville, the European model's down here by Miami, and then after it makes landfall, we do think it's going to make a north turn, as most of the track models do that. Again, slight risk of getting into the northeastern Gulf of Mexico, but won't impact anyone outside of the Florida Panhandle the way it looks at this point, but Florida could get a major hit with this storm. So let's look at the forecast factors. We have high pressure to the west, Bermuda Ridge building, then dropping to the south. That's going to initially push the storm to the west and then allow for a weakness in the atmosphere for the storm to move northward. This ridge looks to hang tough, so no issues for us or inland, and then the system moving up eastward along the coast. And this is the moisture fields as well. Notice the deep moisture moving through the Gulf of Mexico. A little bit of a tropical wave disturbance here as we get into Sunday, Monday. There's Dorian off to the right there. This might develop a little bit into a weak disturbance or a weak low, but not impacting us here locally. We stay high and dry while Dorian does its dirty work across Florida, and then possibly producing very heavy rainfall coastal Georgia into the Carolinas as well. So here's the operational European model showing broad area of low pressure out in the Gulf, but most of the showers stay south. Again, there's Dorian in this particular model run, which is not an official forecast. Gives you an idea on what the best model we have is showing us right now, with a northward turn right along the east coast of Florida. Right now the forecast is west of that, but maybe we get lucky and this just turns before making landfall, but I wouldn't count on that. And if I lived in the Keys all the way up through Jacksonville, I'd be preparing for the possibility of big hit close to home. Still too early to tell where this is going to hit, somewhere in Florida and the Bahamas as well. And wherever it hits and along and east of that track, you're going to see a 15 to 20 inch rainfall here. You see some of those hot spots from Daytona Beach up through Jacksonville. The threat of very heavy flooding rainfall, the usual mess that comes with a hurricane, not to mention storm surge as well, near and east of where that center, near and north of where that center makes landfall on Florida. For us locally, it's a nice and quiet weather pattern, and it gets only drier as we head deeper into the weekend. Temperatures getting getting into the lower 70s Saturday morning. That'll feel good, but back into the lower 90s in the afternoon. There's that moisture that should bring us a few showers, we think, Sunday afternoon and into Monday, Labor Day as well. So showers out there right now. They're ending fair warm and a little bit less humid tonight. 74 the low, which is right on mark for this time of year. And normally the high this time of year, 92. So we're on mark with that, with mostly sunny skies. Rain chances down. That heat index still up there tomorrow, but the heat index gets better for Saturday into early Sunday, even though temperatures get into the 90s for both of those days. Showers possible late Sunday and then also on Labor Day, but the weekend's going to be a good weekend overall. And then it only gets hotter and more humid and pretty disgusting in that first week of September. But better to talk about high heat in September than a tropical system burgeoning
We'll take that.
and heading toward Louisiana, which is not the case at this point.
Very good.
Alrighty, thank
Thanks,
you, Rob.